Lika came to work and she began to tell me that she had fallen in love. Lika, where did you meet him? Asked her employee Veronica. I was at the exhibition and I liked one painting. He came up to me and introduced himself that he was the author of this work and his name was Arthur. We started talking. Then he took me around the hall and showed me a number of more of his paintings. He's so talented. If he asks me to get married, I won't even think twice about it. Veronica immediately guessed that it was her husband, that Lika met her husband. How old is this talented artist? Veronica asked again. He looks about 40 years old, but I didn't ask him about his age. With him I was lost in time. I didn't notice how morning came. Were you in his apartment? Veronica was overwhelmed with questions. He has a restroom in his workshop. It's so wonderful there that you don't even need an apartment. Lika closed her eyes with emotion. Did he make an appointment for you? This was what Veronica was most interested in. I'll go see him on Saturday evening. These days will be busy fulfilling the order. Lika sat down at her desk and turned on the computer and she got to work. And Veronica already understood for herself what to do. And then Saturday came. Lika, as usual, went about her household chores. Then she helped her grandmother prepare dinner. My parents and sister promised to come visit. In the evening, she got ready and went by taxi to her man. He was waiting for her in his workshop and ordered food from a restaurant for a romantic dinner. And Veronica rummaged around in her husband's bedside table, and she found spare keys to the workshop, and she went to visit her husband, who is working so hard in his workshop with a model. She entered quietly and opened the door of the restroom. She began to scold her husband. You have a good model, Arthur chick. Have you worked for a long time? Got tired and decided to rest? Okay. She's not wearing clothes, but you're not capturing yourself on canvas. Are you? Cover yourself. And threw her husband his sweatpants. Veronica went outside. She did not want to lose her husband, who provided well not only for her, but also for her 2 children, who were his stepchildren. She decided to talk to him at home. Arthur entered the apartment with a guilty face. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The model turned out to be amazing, and so seductive. You will sleep in the living room, and I'll think about whether I can forgive you. And in a week I'll tell you whether I've forgiven you or not. Lika did not admit to Arthur that she and his wife worked together. She paid for her boasting. She understood that she could no longer work in the office with Veronica, and quit of her own free will. She found herself a new job. She liked her new job as a translator. The team received her well. In general, everything was fine, but she could not forget Arthur. She fell in love with him, but her path to him was closed. After a couple of months, she felt something was wrong with her body. I went to the doctor and believed it, and here comes the surprise. She is pregnant. What to do? At home, she told her grandmother everything, and Grandma suggested, Granddaughter, you are 27 years old. Where else to go? Especially the first pregnancy. We have to give birth, and we will raise the baby. I miss retirement. And Lika agreed with her grandmother. She didn't want to, but still called Arthur. Hello, I want to please you. You will become a dad. Lika, it can't be. I'm infertile. Veronica got tired of dragging me to clinics and resigned herself. She and I got married, and she already had 2 children. I raised them as if they were my own, realizing that I couldn't have my own. Don't doubt me, Arterchik. I had an affair with a classmate. We were going to go to the registry office with him, but he suddenly married my friend. Since then, I have no girlfriends. After him, I didn't have a man for several years, and suddenly you appeared. As soon as I give birth, I will introduce you to the baby. Lika, I want to come to you and discuss everything. I got married at 35. After the wedding, he never cheated on his wife. And suddenly you are so charming. I wasn't even interested in models. And Veronica often came to my workshop and each time unexpectedly. She was checking me. Then she got tired of it. I didn't even think that she would come this time. Let's not talk about sad things. Arterchik, if you're ready, then come. I'll introduce you to Grandma. Arthur has arrived. He noticed that Lika did not demand anything from him. He will decide everything himself. Raising other people's children while visiting your own is not the case. He stayed with Lika. Grandmother took this calmly. Arthur is not just a guest, but her granddaughter's beloved man. He didn't even warn Veronica, and she called, but he didn't answer her. He began to suspect that this was her trick with infertility. The next day, a serious conversation took place between the spouses. How could you deceive me with the tests? You bribed the laboratory with my earned money. I believed you. I was very busy and therefore did not check on my own. What are you talking about, Arthur? Some girl decided to pin someone else's child on you. Isn't that the model I found you with? It doesn't matter. I'm leaving you and filing for divorce. What about the children? They love you. Don't make things up on the fly. They love their own mediocre father, and for them I am like a breadwinner. Buy this, buy that. These are their words. And then you won't even get a thank you. Now let your ex provide for you all. After the divorce, Arthur married Lika. His father is a banker. He saved his fees, which remained, but were decent, in his father's personal account, realizing that no matter how much he gave Veronica, it was not enough. She dreamed of a house in the Moscow region. He only promised. And now he bought a house in a cottage community. There he set up a workshop for himself on the 3rd floor. I sold the workshop premises in the capital. He doesn't need it. The only model is his wife Lika. I painted pictures of her pregnant step by step as her belly grew. Lika gave birth to a boy. Arthur understood that age was taking its toll, and proposed to his wife. I really want a second child. Valeric will grow up. We will discuss this. Lika is even happy. She gave birth to her second son, Arturchik. Thank you for being with us. Give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and you will be the first to listen to another new story.